Hello everybody, Chris with Gumshoes here. Today I want to introduce you to 5 Crowns Jr. It's from Set Enterprises. They make the game Set and actually 5 Crowns, Quiddler, a bunch of other games. You'll actually see me review Quiddler Jr. here in a little while. But so here's your rules. Pretty plain and simple. Very basic game. To introduce you to some of the parts, it is a card game, so you have your deck of cards. In it, you'll find cards numbered 1 through 5 in 5 different colors. And just because I have one green doesn't mean I don't have 1 through 5 in green. It just means this is the one I chose to be number 1. And so these are plain cards, if you see, basic. Now these 1 through 5s actually have little stars all around their little crown. That's because these are wild cards. Although these are wild cards too. Now, the way the game is played is you have the wild cards sitting there in the center of your table, and you turn over whichever one is the first one. Now this game is basically played like 500, gin, rummy. It depends on how you phrase it. So you either want to get a set or a run. Now, because of the wild card, in this case, it's purple. Notice how it's got little stars around it. Well, so does one of your 5s. The thing is, this is your wild card, so you can play it in any order. Say I've got 2 blue 4s and I need a 3rd blue 4. Well, I can use my wild card to cover it. You know, pretty standard for most games. Now, if I had the yellow glitter, it doesn't count for anything. The first person to go out of their hand of cards, which starts at 5, and it's a standard. On your turn, you draw a card, and you can draw it from the deck or from the discard pile. But unlike some versions of 500 Rummy, you don't actually have to play the card as soon as you draw it. You can keep it reserved to go ahead and play it out. I think Jen has played that way. But when you win a hand, empty it, you get this treasure coin. If you do still have cards in your hand, you get one more turn through to try to make at least a set of a minimum of 3 cards. Any cards left beyond that, you get a Robbie the Robber token for. Now, I had some confusion on the whole Robbie thing. I was actually swapping out treasure coins and Robbies, but Robbie's just there as a signifier in case there's a tie with the amount of treasure coins you get. Then whoever has the least amount of Robbies actually wins the game. You will play 5 hands because you do have 5 wild cards. I think this game's a really good game for several reasons. One, I've always looked for ways to try to teach little kids how to play Rummy, and this is a good way to do it. I mean, you know, they're only numbers 1 through 5, so it limits the amount of stuff they have to pay attention to. You know, some people would think that maybe, let's say, Go Fish is a good way to teach. It is, but it's too simplistic because you only have to get a pair. With this one, with this game, you're actually trying to make your set. But you've got the added bonus, and your set is of 3 cards, but you have the added bonus of being able to use a wild card. So you're teaching a child colors because you've got green, you've got pink, you've kind of got a yellowish orange, you've got the blue, and you have a purple colored card. So they're going to learn the 5 basic colors. And they're going to learn their numbers 1 through 4 fairly easily. And in a way, you're teaching them to match up colors, and in the case of a run, you're teaching them sequencing by having them get like 1, 2, 3, or 3, 4, 5, or however they want to do their sequence. So you don't have to just play the game. You can actually use this game as a learning tool. It's something I like about a number of games that I've played recently. You'll hear more about those later. But again, 5 Crowns Junior, Set Enterprises. Check them out online, pick them up, and hopefully you enjoy playing the game. Thank you for joining me. Good night.